Hello everyone, welcome back to SBR Pythons. I hope you're keeping well. Today we've got the clutch update for the Orange Dream Enchi Leopard Fire Pied Het Ultramel to the Enchi Pinstripe Yellow Belly Calico. It's supposed to be Het Pied, but at this point I've just labelled her as a posset. So normally I just go straight into the animals, but I thought on this occasion that I would give an update on the white snakes before I even show the animals, because ultimately I couldn't work out exactly what was going on during the egg cutting. And I think I said during the egg cutting that the dad must have proved out to be yellow belly and they had to be ivories. Turns out I was completely wrong. So yeah, a bit of context. So the only way I was going to hit the white snake, was either a super fire or an ivory. I thought they were ivory in the egg because the dad was actually labelled as a posh yellow belly by Aussie when I bought him. But it's actually turned out that the female was fire all along. Which is quite bemusing. So I bought this female as an Enchi Pinstripe Yellow Belly Het Pied, and she's now proved over the course of 4 years to be an Enchi Pin Yellow Belly with calico and with fire, but no Het Pied. So it's the only time I've ever been stung on a het, but I suppose I've got stung on the het, but it's nice to get a couple of extra codoms is the only way to look at it. But it'd be nice if that female was a Het Pied, but she's not. I mean, she's not. From what I've produced, I will send off a shed test just to be absolutely certain, but I'm fairly sure it's not. Anyway, so when they came out of the egg, it was very apparent. They had yellow spots rather than the striping, so you could see they were definitely fires rather than yellow bellies. So it's a little bit unfortunate, and I've looked back on the previous 3 clutches from the female and actually found that I've now got at least 2 extra females that are currently either sitting on eggs as we speak or eggs in the incubator that are now possible fire as well. And I also sold about 4 males over the course of the last 3 years that are all post fire. It also might explain what's going on with the 2 banana mad things that I produced in my first year breeding. I never really ID'd them. They could obviously be fire as well. So there's all sorts going on. It's just now a case of working out what's happened. So I got in touch with the customers and said, look, good news. You've got an extra codon. Bad news, you don't put a fire to it because you might end up with white snakes like me. But anyway, nonetheless, we'll get to the egg update. I'll show you what we hatched, talk about what genes I think are in them, male, female, hold back, not hold back, and we'll go from there. So here we go. Let's have a look at exactly what we hatched out. As I say, we'll have a look at the genes that I think are at play. You guys can let me know your opinions. We'll have a look at what's male, what's female, and we'll kind of just go through the clutch and see exactly, what the plans are really. So, let's get this party started. So, the first baby that came out of the egg was this, and I really like this. A trend that you're going to see throughout this clutch is I really like leopard as the het. So, I've not obviously produced any leopards up to now, but this is a really nice hatchling, and this one is a male. I'm fairly sure. Let me just grab the sex on this. I've not sexed these since they came out of the egg, to be fair. Yeah, this is a male. So, this will be available, and I've got this down as an Enchi Leopard Pinstripe Yellow Belly. So you can see it's definitely yellow belly. And then for me, well, the leopard's obvious. The Enchi and the Pinstripe are what are creating the kind of pattern down the back, the thin sort of dorsal stripe. We've seen that historically on some of my Enchi leopards. Enchi Pinstripes. So I believe that's an Enchi Leopard Pinstripe Yellow Belly. And these are all going to be het for pied, and then they're also going to be 50% het for Ultramel. So the next animal that came out of the egg, or the next 2 animals that came out of the egg, if I can grab them, uno momento, was, as mentioned at the start of the video, these 2. So, white snakes, that wasn't part of the plan. 2 white snakes. So these are, and this is going to be a mouthful and I might get this wrong, Super Fire, possible Super Enchi, Leopard, Pinstripe, Orange Dream, Yellow Belly, Calico, Het Pied, Posset Ultramel, female and male. So I believe this is the female, or is this the male? This is the female. So this will be my holdback, but this little guy will be available. So if anyone wants to take a punt on something, that's just, in theory, a super fire, but I mean, it has the potential to be a super Enchi, and then it has the potential to carry, I think it's about 6 other codoms. So I don't know what to price this male at. I don't know really what I should do with this male. I'm not going to keep him. but I don't know whether to raffle him or to sell him, or, you know, how do you price an animal up like that? So the next animal that then came out of the egg was this female. I believe this is a female. Let me just double check on that. Or is it a male? Oh, it's a male. I tell a lie. It is a boy. So this boy will actually be available. And so this one I've got down as, let me get my cheat sheet, because when there's so many genes going on, it's just easier to look at a cheat sheet. I've got this one down as an Enchi Fire Pinstripe Calico, possible yellow belly. So again, you can see the Enchi, you can see the pinstripe, and if I bring this boy in quickly, you'll see what I'm saying about that thin dorsal stripe. That's why I think this one here is an Enchi pinstripe. But we've got an Enchi, sorry, let me get her back in shot. She's completely out of shot. We've got what I believe to be an Enchi pinstripe. To me, that's fire, looking at historically what I've produced and knowing that the female is now fire. And then also calico. All of this sort of pink here will turn into white as it grows older. I am leaning towards this being a yellow belly, but you guys will have to let me know on that, because I'm not absolutely sure, because the belly doesn't look as I would expect it to. But anyway, that's a male that will be being made available. So another little powerhouse male that you can get your hands on. Next up is a female, so another one that I will be keeping, and this is very small. She came out of the egg without absorbing any yolk, and she's not had her first shed cycle yet, so I will probably be assist feeding her. But yeah, a really nice female that I've got down as a Orange Dream Yellow Belly Enchi Pinstripe, Orange Dream Yellow Belly Enchi Pinstripe Fire Calico. Now, I could be wrong on this ID. It's up for interpretation. I mean, they all are up for interpretation. But this one I'm not so confident on. I'm definitely confident on the Orange Dream. I'm definitely confident on the Yellow Belly, the Pinstripe, the Enchi. And for me, it's the Fire that I'm not sure on, because again, you can see the calico coming through. So for me, that's a really powerful female to be holding back into this project, because it's kind of got all of the genes nearly into one animal. So next to hatch is this girl here. I believe this is a girl. Let me double check. It is. So this is a holdback. Now, I originally had this down as a Orange Dream Leopard Enchi. Now, the reason that I'm not sure if there's anything else going on in this girl is that this boy from later on in the clutch, I also had down as an Orange Dream Leopard Enchi. Now, the problem is, there's quite the difference in the colour there. So I reckon this one is an Orange Dream Leopard Enchi Fire, and this is an Orange Dream Leopard Enchi without. The head stamps are slightly different, but it's the pattern that makes me think they're both leopards. So that's what I've got them down as. Let me just grab this one that seems to be disappearing into my light box. I'll be back in a minute, guys. Right, I'm back. So yeah, I believe one of them is fire and one of them isn't. I believe that the female holdback is fire. And then, as I say, so this is a male, in my opinion, Orange Dream Leopard Enchi. I suppose it could be Yellow Belly. What do you reckon, guys? Let me know. But that will be available because it is a male, so ultimately I don't need to hold that one back. So, next up is another female. And this one, I'm not entirely sure whether I'm keeping it or not. I've got it down as a Enchi Pinstripe Calico Yellow Belly. So this one, you can see the yellow belly coming through. If she wants to show you her belly. There you go. So for me, I might keep this girl, I might not. I'm not entirely sure yet, but another little powerful female. It's just whether I want to hold back all five. Is that a bit greedy? Who knows? So I've still got to make a decision on that one. But Enchi Pinstripe, Yellow Belly Calico, Het Pied, Posset Ultramel. And finally, for me, even though it might not be the most genetically powerful, the cream of the crop. This thing is incredible. Like, the dots on it is just, it's one of my favourite non-visuals I've hatched out, if I can get my words out. And it's female, so I'm really happy because it means I get to keep it. I've got this down as a Super Enchi Leopard. What else do I have in this? Super Enchi Leopard, Fire, Yellow Belly, Pinstripe. That's what I've got it down as. So this is, for me, the pinstripe coming through, this stripe. It's obviously a Super Enchi because it's got such a reduced pattern. It's obviously leopard. For me, it's Yellow Belly. In fact, it definitely is Yellow Belly. And then for me, it's just too bright. It's either a Fire or an Orange Dream. Now, for me, if I can grab the other Orange Dream, the one thing you'll see is I didn't get many Orange Dream females, unfortunately. To me, I don't know. This one I've got down as Orange Dream Fire. This one I've got down as Orange Dream. Fire. So who knows? But anyway, that is the clutch, guys. 4 holdback females for me. Some males that are going to be available. And yeah, that is kind of the clutch in its entirety. So there we go. That was the clutch from the Orange Dream Enchi Leopard Fire Ultramel Het Pied to the Enchi Yellow Belly Pinstripe Calico Fire Het Pied. Hope you've enjoyed kind of seeing what we hatched out there. As I say, some fantastic animals for me to hold back. Definitely keeping 4, potentially 5 females. Don't really have a need for any of the males because obviously I've got the dad. But yeah, some really nice female holdbacks, and that was what I was looking for. Would have been nice to get some more calico on the female side. Maybe I'll have to do some more to try and get calico into the Ultramel Pied project, because ultimately that male only done 1 female for me last year. So we'll see. I'm sure I'll work it out. But thank you very much, guys, for your support. Let me know if you like having me, but like this kind of context of having a little bit of face or talking to the camera before I go into the white lightbox videos, just to kind of set the scene and kind of pick up at the end. Let me know. Always looking for feedback. But otherwise, I shall see you on the next video. Cheers, guys.